Welcome, dear ladies and gentlemen, from my side. I'm happy to tell you more about the new LEGIC security chipset SC6410. So, what is it? It is a chipset consisting of a Bluetooth chip, the BT6410, and a secure element, the SE6410. So with Bluetooth on board, this chipset is obviously ideal for Bluetooth applications, like if you need secure BLE connectivity, if you need our BLE mobile credentialing solution, or also the secure configuration are possible with it. So this chipset is, as part of our security platform, obviously fully compatible with LEGIC Connect, with LEGIC Neon credentials, and also with the LEGIC Orbit key and configuration management. So in the next 2 slides, I will highlight 2 features of this chipset, which I hope are of special interest to you. The first feature I'm showing you is custom code feature. So I can basically relay back to the presentation on this morning. It is more or less the same program function we offer you on this chipset as we already offered to you on the SM6310. So the 10 at the end is for you a hint that yes, that's a programmable device. I can program my own security code and I can use it for all the cryptographic stuff for my application. So again here as a refresher, it's the SE6410, which is the programmable part of this chipset. It has the LEGIC OS, which you can access via an internal API by programming this chipset with the custom code feature. And it has the same processor as on the SM6310 with the ARM32-bit RISC processor, 50 MHz. It offers you the 128 kilobyte flash memory for your program code, 5 kilobyte of RAM for your application, and another 250 kilobyte of memory to save data for your application. And as I said already, ideal for cryptographic functions. You actually have more functions available with the custom code feature than through the standard host interface of our security chipset. As we have it on the SM6310 as well, there is more functionality with the custom code than with the host interface command set. Good. The other feature I would like to highlight is something new for LEGIC. We have heard about it a little bit yesterday. It's a hardware root of trust with a DMC, a device manufacturer certificate. It's issued by a LEGIC private certificate authority, a LEGIC CA, which we operate, and we are now a mature level, so we can now distribute these DMCs for every chip we produce and sell for this chipset 6410. It is an X509 public key certificate. The public key on the certificate belongs to a public-private key pair, which is randomly generated inside the secure element of the SC6410. And the certificate binds the public key to the chip ID, in this example here, the chip ID 12 of the secure element. So what can you do with this DMC? It is for you an enablement of a secure authentication of that LEGIC SC6410 with the chip ID 12. So you know exactly that's from LEGIC, it's authentic. And that helps you then also to enable your device, to register your devices on your cloud application. So it enables this secure device registration. And it also the basis for your PKI applications, including the mutual TLS authentication and connectivity between your edge devices and your cloud. After having seen these 2 main features, I would like to go into a small comparison between the SC6410 and the SM6310. So, yes, both have the LEGIC Neon mobile credentialing capability. There's no difference, so we can continue. Then all the BLE functionality of the SM6310 is the same on the SC6410. So on the BLE side, there's nothing different. We can also communicate to third-party devices or other BLE readers from LEGIC. Also secure reader-to-reader connectivity is also possible. Then RFID reader? No, that would be a no on this new chipset, obviously. So it's not for these applications. Yeah. Custom code, yes, we have seen on both options in the same way. Then the device manufacturer certificates, that's now a highlight for the new chipset that we're offering it here on this SC6410. And GPIOs, you have a little bit more GPIOs on the new chipset. Host interface is also compatible with one big exception, also kind of a highlight. You can directly use USB 2.0 on this new chipset, so without expensive like communication translation components to populate on your board. So it's right there. Yeah. Then sleep mode current, we have for the OEF, that's basically our inductive wake up on the RFID side. Obviously, that's not applicable here on the new chipset. But as a comparison, I have it on this list here for you as kind of to see this like a 21 microampere sleep mode power consumption we have here. On Bluetooth advertising, if you have a 1 second advertising, that's maybe fairly slow, you think, but for the applications which show you later, where you have remote BLE transactions, 1 second is probably more than enough. And then you get actually to lower sleep mode current, so it's really an ideal chipset also for low power applications. If you spend the money for an external clock crystal, this 32.768 kilohertz crystal, then you can even go further down to 13 microampere sleep current consumption. And operating temperature is another highlight of the new chipset. It actually goes all the way up to 105 degrees. Good. Now I would like to give you a little bit of some ideas of Bluetooth use cases. They're not specifically for this chipset 6410. They could also be achieved with the SM6300 or 6310, obviously. But nevertheless, I would like to give you some ideas where Bluetooth is in use. It maybe relates back to some presentations we have heard today already. Let's just start with that. Yes, we can do the secure over-the-air device configuration. Let's look now here at an open space or an office space. You have a sensor maybe on the ceiling, or a controller, gateway, satellite. That's maybe then, it gives you a hint for the future, for the other use cases I'm showing you. So that's what you have on the ceiling. And now this device is now equipped with a chipset 6410. You have the mobile, and now with the LEGIC security platform basically supporting all this application, you have a secure BLE connectivity. You have the LEGIC orbit key and authorization management, and this results in a secure over-the-air device configuration without taking a ladder and climbing up to the ceiling. You can do nicely remote from the comfort of the floor. So just changing a little bit the picture here, still having this sensor or controller or gateway on the ceiling. Now this use case is about user to authorize to get data from this device, just to get it downloaded onto his mobile. Not everybody should be able to download maybe your log data from your device. So that's also possible thanks to the LEGIC security platform. So you have the user authorization with the LEGIC Neon technology. That combined with the LC message feature, which gives you secure connectivity, and you can download securely over-the-air OTA device data for your authorized installer or service technician. Third use case in this context, still the same device on the ceiling, is now about secure data transfer, not to the user of the phone, so you don't need to authorize the user. It could be anybody who has a Bluetooth or an LEGIC-enabled app on the phone, because we're using here the feature of the secure messaging all the way directly to the LEGIC trusted service. So you're basically independent of the technician in this case, but you want secure data from the device going to LEGIC trusted service, which then in a second step creates an event for your management system to securely get this data for your management and control. So thanks to the LEGIC security platform, you have here now a secure data transmission all the way from your edge device to your management system. The next two use cases I want to show you we're actually going back to, let's say, our traditional field of access control. After having seen all this Apple Wallet presentation, NFC, you might ask yourself why I still want to have BLE for mobile access. NFC is all it needs. Maybe that's a good solution in some cases. You have an install base, maybe with RFID readers, that's very nice. But maybe still you want to add more comfort, or you want add other features, so you might still want to consider BLE. So I'm trying to give you here some ideas, some options, how this could be done. So in this scenario, I'm saying I want to add BLE mobile access to my existing RFID solution. So I have, in this case, a door controller. I have two doors. They could have already RFID. They're in a nice building. The walls are nicely painted. The architect doesn't want to change anything. It's very difficult. So I leave this alone and want to add Bluetooth to it without basically invading the design of this building. So I can add the Bluetooth controller on the ceiling, or even better, below the drop ceiling, so you cannot even see it from outside, nicely hidden. And I do basically with the chipset 6410 and our BLE Neon credentials, I do the mobile credentialing. In this case, because I do it remotely, I have to select the reader as a user. So I have to select reader 1 or reader 2, or door 1, door 2 in this case, to make this access here happening. So I select now, in this example, the door 2, which opens nicely with my smartphone credential. So that would be a way to add BLE without having to change your setup in the wall next to the door. We can just do it behind the drop ceiling. With the disadvantage, yes, you have to do the reader selection manually on the smartphone. So you might think, yeah, that's a bit far-fetched, as I don't like that. So that's why I'm going to the next step here. The next step is we adding UWB indoor localization technology to enhance this BLE mobile access. So nothing has to be changed on the installation. You just add new devices as a step-to-step kind of enhancement of your infrastructure. So you add the satellites, UWB technology gives you the indoor navigation. That combined with the geofencing, so we have already heard this earlier today with geofencing and UWB technology here in this case now for access control. And this gives you what I am kind of dream of, I would like to see soon in our office, that we have hands-free, secure mobile access. Okay, that brings me to the end of my presentation, so I hope you liked it. If you want to find out more about the new chipset 6410, stop by our booth, and I'm happy to explain you more about it. Thank you very much.